Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Thank you for joining us at Retail Revival. My name is Payal Hindocha, and at Emarsys and SAP, I have the privilege of working with our clients and our partners to bring our solutions to market. At Emarsys, we are extremely proud to partner with some of the world's leading consumer products brands who are accelerating growth in their direct-to-customer strategy through a strong online presence. Joining us now is Yaroslav Andreev from Sony Electronics, and we'll be discussing Sony's evolving e-commerce strategy to support their direct-to-customer marketing efforts, but also how the strategy complements their approach through retail partners and dealers, and how they're navigating through the challenges faced from online marketplaces. Thank you for your time today, Yaroslav.
Hello, Payal. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet everyone in the broadcast. So I do hope to deliver my knowledge or my point of view to all of you. So what will start?
Thanks for your time, Yaroslav. Can you tell our audience your role at Sony, your background in delivering digital transformation projects, and how this has been evolving for you?
Oh, so I started my career in Sony about 5 years ago, and I'm leading up everything that is related to digital marketing for end users, for consumers, but I'm also in charge of the online sales for the branded store and for everything that is related to our partners like e-commerce. And how we basically work with them is when we try to promote our products, how we look like in the merchandising of our products, and all our relationships with e-commerce partners is something that I'm responsible for at Sony. And lately, basically around 2 last years, we do really a lot of efforts to transform our knowledge and understanding how to become an omni-channel company, not only related to offline, like selling to the stock and that's it. No, now currently we're transforming ourselves to become a more marketing company than ever before. So that's my role in the company, to transform into digital area. Yeah.
And as your function, as an online sales and marketing function, you've invested a lot of time in when it comes to creating that comprehensive view of who your customers are and the nature of Sony's product and the nature of how customers typically engage with your brand. And just trying to get that view together is extremely difficult. And as a project that's still very much a work in progress for you to reach that goal, how is this the foundation of your direct-to-customer approach?
Cool question. So basically, I would divide that into 2 areas. So first of all is the platform where we try to consolidate the PI data of our customers. We do that for 3 reasons. First is non-marketing. Basically, it's because of the legal requirements and because we try to catch up all the consents that are being given by our customers through different channels, because of course we have a lot of them, right? So for customer service, for marketing, for after pre-sale, after sale, anyway, in online and offline, they provide us some consents and we need to manage them properly. Another thing is that we do that because of the fraud that sometimes happen, unfortunately, especially when we roll out some very high demanded products. We got some hype around that, and some small resellers are trying to cheat. And that's why we use those kind of platforms to identify them and prevent the fraud. And of course, for the marketing, obviously, because we would like to understand our customers a little bit more, to understand the background, the relationships, the households, etc. But the other aspect, apart from the PI data platform, is non-PI, it's like CDP, where we come recently and we try to establish all those non-personal signals about the behavior of the customer. And yes, CDP is not the only platform we use. We also use a DMP platform. We use a DSP platform. So everything that is creates a comprehensive stack of technologies to provide the personalized and automated marketing to the end user. But also in this area, we understand that we as a brand do not catch up everything about the customer in his customer journey, right? So because when they come up to the brand property, like a website or application or some shop, it's just, let's say, the end of his journey. Before that, he used to visit some retailers' stores or retailers' websites. He browsed across the internet, and we tried to catch up this information as well. So we work closely with our retail partners, so they share some of the behavior data with us, and we try to recognize if the customer who visits our property is loyal to some particular retailer. So if we understand that, we try to provide him the personal message that basically combines our recommendation and the retailer offer for the particular customer, so that he will be most likely convert into sales afterwards. So the technology background that I built is just around that, in order to provide the most personal, most relevant offer to the customer, taking into account his personal preferences around the shop he used to buy or the retailer he have some loyalty program in. So those kind of things.
And just being able to create that comprehensive view is such a challenging job for you as a team and you as a function. What's the benefit to the customer in all of this?
So of course, one of the benefits, which is not basically recognizable by the consumer anyhow. So it's when we approach him in the right time with the right offer, without annoying, bombarding him with a broadcasting emails or some banners which basically follows him everywhere without any necessity. So we try to get focused on that, because these are all about the marketing spends that we have. Another thing is that we try to not to disturb customers who somehow at some point got some negative experience about in his shopping or after sales. It happens sometimes, unfortunately. And we do try to segregate those customers and work with them a little bit more personal. So if we understand that they had some issues with the customer service level, for example, we try then to approach him personally and give him some, let's say, discount coupon or some replacement offer or whatever, in order to get his loyalty back. Well, this is how we see the benefit of the customer out of the data, when we just get the right trigger and understanding his attitude towards our brand or the purchase in the real time.
And Sony is such an interesting brand, because while the customer is clearly front and center of your strategy, you also need to take your retail partners into account and the challenges they have in the market. How do you help your retail partners and dealers overcome this challenge without contradicting your direct customer approach?
Oh, very broad question. So yeah, indeed, we are a premium brand, or at least, let's say it's our positioning currently. And we do a very quality, but rather expensive goods indeed. And the amount of low-end models, entry models, is getting narrowed. So in the modern world, when we work with the retailers, of course, it's all about stocks. It's all about the offers that they can provide to their end users, and we compete with other brands in this area. Getting more premium is making us a little bit slow movement product. So when we have an expensive product, its run rate, if I may tell so for the audience, so the weekly average sellout is getting lower, and that's why some retailers are trying to not to store those kind of products on stock, and this limits afterwards our ability to be displayed online, and it affects afterwards on the sales, right? So you can't sell anything that you do not display. So one of the issues that we basically chase and we try to overwhelm is those kind of online ranging issues. And that's why we are trying to, one of our strategy focus is to create to them some tools to provide them with a virtual stock so that they can use. it will basically allow them not to buy something on their warehouse and to freeze some money in the stock. And we will allow them to use our logistics shoulder to deliver to their customer on their behalf some products. That's the area where we see it will instantly help online retailers, e-commerce retailers, to start displaying products that they were not able to stock. Another area where we work with them is the how to say, let's say in Russian e-commerce, we basically have several channels of e-commerce retailers. One of them are omni-channel retailers, who we call nationals, who have offline stores and online presence. Another big channel is pure e-commerce players who are growing quite rapidly, and marketplaces where they all tries to onboard. And all those, let's say, channels, we have different strategy across to each of them, or to each representative inside, because of their positioning. With some, we try to work with the ranging. For those who, for example, are more focused on premium products and are ready to sell more premium products, we allow them to get the ranging of such products. For those who are like pure e-tailers, we more focused on the widening of our product shelf, because they require more cheap products, or let's say mid-level products. And for those of them, we try to provide more comprehensive commercial conditions, and we try to focus on the merchandising for those products on their web shelves. This is a activity that we call online Gemba. Online Gemba is a merchandising set of activities. We have a trirema, which we call selection, location, condition. And selection stands for everything that is related to ranging itself. So if product is not available online, it won't be sold. Location is everything that is related to the path of the consumer on the web shelf of the retailer. It means the optimization of menus, of filters, those kind of things that we use to make our products a little bit more visible, so that customer will be able to find our product. And the last is condition, when we work in order to make a product detail page on the retailer side as much convertible as possible. And it's all about the content, right? And it's all about how we present our product, what kind of offer we may have on this particular shelf or the product, and the personalization, of course, if that is allowed by the retailer. So these selection, location, condition activities that we call online Gemba, it's the core of our e-commerce activities that we run with our partners. As a marketing, of course.
As a sales and marketing function.
Yeah.
And you mentioned that you typically tend to compete with some not as premium branded products, but also Sony. You're a very premium brand within the market. What are some of the challenges that you've come up against as a premium brand, and how have you defended that position in an increasingly competitive marketplace, not just in Russia but even globally?
Well, I think that, of course, those kind of challenges about the stock itself is one of the key issues that we face. And I already explained that we are trying to set up the platform to give our retailers a freedom of selling either products that they already have in stock, let's say a highly turnover products, and in addition to get some products directly from the vendor through the online APIs to just deliver in time. Let's say it's a model that call just in time, right? So when you don't have a product, but you're able to deliver it upon the order received. Another thing is that we have another aspect is, of course, the communicational aspect. When we try to position ourselves a little bit more premium to deliver the sense of the technologies that we have, and it's all about the content marketing, which is a part of our online gamba. So I think the main issue is the shelf share that is currently being squeezed due to the premiumization of our products. And it comes up to a more difficult discussion with the retailer, how they can support us, because they are willing, let's say, how to say it in English, like the wish to support is heavily relies on our share inside of their business. And this is one of the major KPI that we call in-house share. And we trace it across different channels, different retailers, and try to hold it on a certain level, at least in amount. And that is one of the key challenges that we have right now.
That's a very difficult channel.
Really?
Challenge. And Sony is a premium brand, and the products are extremely premium, one of the most premium in the market today. So when a customer makes a purchase for, say, for example, a camera or a TV or any high price point product, they're typically not going to buy the same product of the same value for a very long time, but rather they'd either register for the warranty or look at perhaps what other products complement their first purchase. So in your function and in your role, what role does that after sales data play when it comes to being able to give extra value to your customers?
Uh-huh.
Wouldn't be able to get in a typical online marketplace or even at a retailer?
Yeah. Just for understanding, if we are talking about ourselves, for example, as a brand or branded e-commerce, definitely one of the strongest positioning points that we have is after sales. Because frankly speaking, no retailer, no marketplaces usually do not typically provide any kind of the after sales benefit for the customer. Yeah, they provide the very predictive service level, payment services, or some financial services like credits, trade-ins, whatever. Those kind of pre-sales services, they developed, retailers, I mean, and marketplaces itself, they developed quite good. But after that, after they got the payment and got the sale closed, the level of their service is quite limited. The only thing they look into is loyalty programs, different ones. But we as a vendor, of course, try to support our customers all the way go. And that's why we, for example, for the branded stores, we provide the extra warranty, plus 1 year of extra warranty, which is quite cool for end users for free. We provide them the easier methods of customer service, like a replacement for the period of their service repairment, or we provide them prolonged timings of the return for the goods, because by law they have a certain period to return. We extend those kind of terms in order customer to be more secure during his purchase journey, and less risks of the investments. So those kind of things we're looking into and develop as a branded channel. And we try also to provide similar benefits on the marketplaces as the branded e-commerce. This is one of our ways to, to bypass the limitations of marketplaces, which usually tries to limit the contacts with end users for every seller. And we as a brand there as a seller, right? So we provide our monobrand store into this marketplace. We are a seller for them. And marketplaces are trying to limit our direct communication to end users. But after sales, warranty things is something where we are able to communicate with end users directly. We dispatch them e-warranty coupons. We try to work in this area, which is not limited by marketplaces. And after the customer buys something on the marketplace and receive those e-warranty coupons, they're ready to go and register their products on the branded website. And we retrieve those kind of direct contacts and consents from end users. And this is a strategic area where we try to approach the customer afterwards for the upsell, cross-sale, whatever. That's how we work with marketplaces and trying to bypass their limitations.
And you mentioned a really key point here is how you actually talk to that customer after that sale. So to support your direct-to-customer strategy, you also mentioned previously you're in favor of triggered-based communications over lifecycle marketing. And both triggered-based communications as well as lifecycle marketing is almost like the bread and butter of what Emarsys do. So why do you favor trigger-based communications in the line of business that you're in?
Now, we did a lot of discussions internally about that. So basically, our European colleagues did a lot of efforts in terms of building up those life cycles mails. It heavily depends on the product itself, frankly speaking. For example, there is a theory. It has some background in terms of statistics, of course, but just for understanding, whenever a customer buys the digital imaging product, like a camera, then in a while, it is highly probable that he will buy new lens in 2 months' time. That's statistics. But are we able to catch up this moment? That's a real thing. So Europe tried, for example, to build up a chains of emails, communications, and push notifications, whatever channels they have, in order to approach the customer within this period for these products, in order to provide them like, hey, buy, please, blah, blah, blah. So for us, we also did similar tests and came to the conclusion that it basically does not work for us. Maybe it's just a local typical behavior of our customers, maybe, but I personally believe that trigger-based communication is more in-time communication. So my idea is that whenever a customer behaves as a customer, he's a customer. So it doesn't necessarily mean that he's our target audience or not. His profile may be different, but if he behaves as a customer, he's a customer. And we need to provide him the offer right in time, even though he bought his camera somewhere in the other channel, and we do not need specifically, or do not know specifically that he bought some camera. We might understand because he's interested in lenses. We provide him an offer about lenses. And those kind of in-time communication, trigger-based communication, for us is the core. We set up the so-called email remarketing loop. This is a big data-based technology. When we see the customer behavior on retailer websites, some, of course, those whom we have agreement with. And then we try to match those customers, those unidentified customers, sorry, to our database of customers. And if we match, we are able to send them email with a, hey, Peter, let's say, here is the offer for you for this from this retailer in your city about the product you wanted for, and here is a special deal for you. Those kind of trigger emails are working 24/7 without any human input inside. It's fully automated and it shows quite good results. For example, for emails, we had about 65% open rate and 12% click-through rate. So this is, of course, outstanding results in comparison to just broadcast emails or any lifecycle emails. Yes, it's narrowed down in terms of the number, because we see the triggers are limited in comparison to the broadcast emails, of course, but it just shows up that it works quite fine because customer is ready to receive those kind of communication right here, right now. He's looking for he's shopping as an active shopper behavior. So that's how it works. And we try to broaden and build up as many of such scenarios as possible. And CDP, DMP, email marketing platforms is something that should be interconnected for this automated marketing itself.
Of course, having a fully integrated tech stack where you can use your data across different systems is the foundation of your direct customer strategy, right? And Yaroslav, you have a wealth of experience in delivering digital transformation projects as well as experiences. What advice would you give to other brands that find themselves in a similar situation to Sony? And what can they do to really stand out, stay relevant, and not compete on price in an increasingly competitive market?
Oh, I would recommend them to start from basics, basically. They have to talk, first of all, both with retailers and end users and customers to understand their needs. For those who heavily rely on contents, for example, they need to get focused on that. It can hardly be very well automated. I mean, the delivery of the contents itself, because the variety of contents is quite wide. And for the products, for example, contents, it may be possible through PIM systems, through integrations with dealers. But if you would like to be premium, you need to work with, for example, opinion leaders to provide them videos, supply retailers, I mean, with videos, awards, etc. Those kind of contents can hardly be automated, the delivery flow. And that's why it's all about to put some human resources into the background of this process. It cannot be made fully automated initially. You have to start with something. And of course, by listening your counterparts, your partners, e-commerce partners, you will find every time that they have limitations or they have no interest in this or that. But during the conversation with them, like combining some, let's say, ad hoc investments to run some new product with their obligation of running those selection, location, condition, always on things, will help you as a brand to establish a comprehensive view of your product on their platform. And that would allow afterwards to increase sales. And for customers, it's also a beneficial thing because they will see the efforts of the brand. They will start to see the mentioning of your brand on the e-commerce website. And that would definitely prioritize their short list of products. And you will start to see that you're in shortlist, you're starting being sold, etc. So for me, the closer partnership you have with e-commerce, the better. But you need also to listen to your customers about your product and constantly fine tune it. I think that's basics, I think, but it's all about basics. If you do basics good, you will be good. Yeah.
Yaroslav, thank you for joining us today. We're lucky to have a great partnership with digital experts like you and leading brands like Sony, and we very much look forward to helping you accelerate that growth in your direct-to-customer approach. At Retail Revival this year, we have many other leading brands who are sharing their insights and best practices on their success. Please be sure to catch the other sessions, but they're also made available on demand to watch them at your convenience. On behalf of everyone at Emarsys and SAP, thank you for your time and thank you for joining us today.